Hello, hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady, and I hope you have absolutely fabulous day. Today I've got second part video of how to create a crown using your edgeable cutting dies. So here you can see the crown. I'm going to show you step by step, but at the end of this video I'm going to show you a picture of the finished crown. Here I've got a 3 Centura pearl card from Crafter's Companion, and I'm going to use Adorning Lace cutting die from Rose Garden Collection by Crafter's Companion, and I'm going to place it exactly in the middle at the top. Using my low tack tape, I'll make sure the crown doesn't move when I put it through a die cutting machine. And as you can see, I cut some excess of the cut at the bottom, so it is easier for my machine to go through. Now, when this is ready, I'm going to cut the excess off. So I need a cutting mat and also a craft knife. And just to make sure all the lines are straight, you need a ruler. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. And if you haven't seen my video from last week, how to create a crown, the link is at the top right corner. And as I told you in my previous video, these crowns are for the school play. Midsummer's Night Dream. And to be honest, I absolutely loved creating the costumes and the props for display. And to be honest, I didn't only create the crowns, but I also created other things, which you can see at the end of this video. So stay tuned for those pictures. So as you can see here, I left a gap between the die cut and the straight line, because later on I want to create a curve to make this crown even more special. Now I'm going to cut the bottom using the blade on my ruler, but you can also use a craft knife and that will be perfectly fine. However, whenever you use a craft knife, just be careful because you don't want to cut your fingers, right? So now it is time to create that curve on the left and on the right, but first I'm going to use my scissors to cut the excess of the card. And I think that Centura pearl card, it looks beautiful. However, whenever I think about crowns, gold color comes to my mind straight away. So that's what I decided to use to embellish my crown. Because why not, right? Now, when this is ready, we have to create more strips for the crown. So this is just the front. Now I'm going to use my ruler with that blade and I'm going to cut a couple of them. To be honest, in this video, the crown is not very finished at the end because I had to check the measurement of children's heads at school. So I completed the whole crown at school. You will see the finished one with other embellishments at the end of this video. So I do encourage you to create more strips like this and then paint them the way you want. Some of them will go outside and some of them inside of the crown. And I'm going to show you how to make this crown to be more durable, which means you can keep it for a long time. Because if you only use card, that won't really last long. There is always a trick, especially with all our crafters, right? So when these elements will be ready, I'm going to put my cutting mat away and take a scrap piece of card from my stash. And then it will be time to actually paint all those elements. And to do it, I'm going to use my totally favorite paint from Pebeo, and it's gold metallic paint. And I think it works so well on that Centura pearl card. It is perfect combo. And whenever you use any acrylic paints, I do encourage you to leave those elements to dry for about 10 minutes before you move on to the next step. So that's what I'm going to do here. With those stripes, you only paint one side. However, with the front of the crown, I do encourage you to paint it at the front, but also on the back as well. Because when you go on stage with that crown, you will see that element as well. So when these are ready, I'm going to paint even more straps. And this summertime, so I wonder, how is your summer? How are you doing? Did you manage to go away? Did you visit any of the beautiful places, museums, or galleries? I think the weather is perfect to do it. I really like summer because you can take that time to relax, but also to explore new places. And if you have been to any of the amazing places, please let me know in the comments down below. So as you can see here, using that scrap piece of card saves me time to clean my glass mat because sometimes I'm, let's say, a little bit lazy. So that is the way to go for me. Have you ever created any project with crowns? Maybe not 3D crowns, but maybe cards or scrapbook pages? If you have, how did you do it? I really wondered, did you use any die cuts or stamps? And if you do have any recommendations for them, please let me know in the comments down below. So as you can see, this project comes together very quickly. And as I told you, this crown is for one of the characters in Midsummer's Night Dream. If you'd like to guess who it is, I would be very, very happy. So you can leave the name of the character in the play in the comments down below. And again, when these elements are ready, I do encourage you to leave them to dry for a couple of minutes. And I also wonder, have you seen my Color Your World collection? If you haven't, the link is at the top right corner. I love playing with colors and art supplies, so to be honest, I couldn't resist. I created that collection especially for all the crafters who love colors and art as well. So if you haven't got my collection yet, all the links in the description down below. So yes, you can check them out. So now I'm going to fold my scrap piece of card and I'm going to paint the other side of the front of the crown. And trust me, it is worth the time and effort because it will look professionally finished when we put the crown on the head and the person will go on stage. And this is such a simple project. So if you do have any of the edgeable cutting dice, please give it a go. If you don't have someone who takes part in the play, maybe you can create a costume for a party, or I don't know, maybe Hindu. That would be cool as well, right? So when these elements are ready, then will be the trickiest part. You always have to think how to embellish all those projects, but I've got a solution for you, which I'm going to show you later on. So now it is time to put that element to the side to dry, and all we have to do now is to make sure everything is dry. But also, we have to make sure there is something inside to make this crown more durable. So I've got the packaging from Crafter's Companion. It was a part of a box, so I can take the sticker off and I'm going to bend it slightly. So I'm going to create a curve on that cardboard. And this is very crucial because if you leave it straight, then you'll have edges to your crown, and that's not what we want. We want beautiful curve to it. I'm going to use my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, to assemble those elements together. And using cardboard in your projects, I do encourage you to use any of the liquid glue. The best is always book binding glue. As you can see, that cardboard strip is far longer than the crown. But this is perfect because when I'm at school, I can adjust the length of it. And trust me, I will do it. So as you can see, I do have that nice curve because I bent it first and then I use that liquid glue. Now it is time to put that strip inside and we only going to see the gold. And again, just roll it a little bit so we do have that curve and it will be so much easier to adhere inside of the crown. And again, I'm going to use that book binding glue because it really makes a difference. So to be honest, you won't really see that cardboard inside of the crown when the project is complete. So all you can do at the moment, you can create two more gold strips and put it around at the back, but also outside and inside. And then no one will ever know there was a piece of cardboard inside. And that's what I did at school. So when this is ready, it will be time to embellish the crown. So I do have some pearls and gems I got from Amazon. And I really like all of those because as you know me, I love gems. I love pearls. So if you create a crown, you can go crazy with those pearls and gems. And it's always a good idea to place your liquid glue first where you want the gem on the pearl. And then if it's not stuck where you want, you can always use your pokey tool to maneuver it a little bit. And that will be perfectly fine. And I think the trick with any of the crowns or jewelry is to use symmetry because this way it will look amazing. And to be honest, all the gems shine beautifully on the stage, so please use them as well. So the gems are finished, so let's add some pearls. I decided to add a few at the top and then somewhere else. And how often do you use your gems or pearls in your projects? Maybe if you do have your favorite, I would really like to know where did you get it from. And if you do have your favorite brand, that would be amazing. As you can see, I'm placing the same pearls inside of the lid here because this way it is so much easier to put them on my project. Because all those pearls inside that flower box have different sizes, but when you put them in the lid first, it is so much easier to put them on your project. So now I use that symmetry trick again, and I put few drops of my liquid glue at the bottom, and now it is time to place the pearls, and it will be nearly complete. Super quick and simple, right? So if you create the crown and if other people are going to wear it as well, you have to adjust the size. And to do it, I do encourage you to put that gold card inside and outside, and then you can cut the back and use some elastics, and that will be beautifully finished, and no one will ever know that you use them because when the students or people put them on, you won't really see the elastic. And that's exactly what I did with that crown when I was at school. And what do you think about it? Would you like to give it a go? I really hope you will, because this project it is super fun to create. Maybe that would be good for birthdays as well. So this is finished, but at school I added some more embellishments. And this one was for, as I told you, one of the characters in the play. And I was asked to actually add some flowers as well. And I used those flowers for other props in the play. So now you can see other elements I created for the play. So here is the finished crown. As you can see, I added some flowers on the left and on the right. And now you can see the other crowns I created. These are ivy crowns for other characters in that Midsummer's Night Dream. And now you can see the wings I created for fairies in the play. I really wonder which project do you like the most. So please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And stay tuned for more videos. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting!